Welcome to Perfectly Pieced Live with Me Time. I'm Erin.
And I'm Cassie.
And we're going to talk today about the October 2022 Perfectly Pieced box. And today, kind of long awaited, we're going to talk about how to make a quilted jacket.
Oh, yes.
Lots of fun. I'm taking this off because I'm already getting a little warm. So what's our agenda
it's fall,
today?
but it's not quite that cold
We're
yet.
not quite, yep.
Okay, so today we're going to spend about 30 minutes with you. We're going to talk a little bit about the news going on with Me Time, and then we have a fun little tip to share. I'm actually really excited to share this one. I love it. I'm excited. And then we have a little bit of Q&A time. We're going to actually address some of the questions we've been hearing about the store. So stay tuned for that. And then we have a fun creative time where we're going to play with this jacket and show you some long-awaited questions and things you've had about this jacket.
We'll walk you through the process.
It will be so great. And then we have our amazing giveaway. It's incredible this month. And then we're going to share a little bit of next month's box.
Next month's block, getting ready for Christmas already.
Yes.
Next month.
So you get to see the block for the November box.
Yeah.
So all that coming up.
Yeah. So what's some of our latest Me Time news?
Okay, so I think the biggest one is the Bella box.
Yeah. Bella box build on Saturday. So anyone who's subscribed received their files in their digital library.
Right, straight away.
Straight away. Yep.
And then tomorrow is going to be the big day for anyone who has not yet subscribed and you're excited to subscribe. Tomorrow's the day at 10 a.m. Mountain Standard Time.
And that's when you'll subscribe and immediately get the family tree Bella box. So that's the one you're looking for tomorrow at 10 a.m. And the Bella box started shipping today.
Yes, so anyone who has already subscribed, you've already locked that in. It is already in there.
It's already on the way, and you should be getting them this week. So post when you get those. We're excited to see it.
We are. And then what else is going on?
Well, we've got Collectible Christmas.
Yes.
And we're ready to start showing you that. I think that the full reveal is next Monday on October 24th.
Yes.
So you get to see the whole village, all the details. We know you'll be excited.
Glorious little tiny details that make it so special.
Yeah. And then our full, the day subscriptions open is November 10th. At 10 a.m. again. We're going to kind of stick with the 10 a.m.
Yep, Mountain Standard Time.
Yeah, and the fun thing about Collectible Christmas is you subscribe and we're going to ship you that first box right away. No waiting period.
Which is so fun to just subscribe and then it's on the way.
In November, we're ready to start with Christmas.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
At least I am.
Okay, fun stuff. And the other news is the Me Time store is open and some of you have found it already, and we're going to talk more about that in our Q&A section. So hang on for that.
Yay.
Okay, so we get to share first some projects with you.
Yes.
And you know what? We kind of snuck in one of our own projects at the end.
Yeah.
It'll be cute. You'll like it. We're excited to share it with you. Okay, Andrew's going to pop some pictures up on the screen. Okay, oh my goodness. I picked this one. This is Judy made this with the, now correct me, this is September 2022 with the house. And she just came up with her own riff on this. I love it. She's got the trees and she's done this vertical composition, and I love it. I love the colors.
I feel like it looks like a cute little neighborhood.
It does.
Doesn't it?
Yeah.
Love it.
Okay, next picture. Oh, this one's really cute. I can't see the name. It's behind the camera. Sandy. Okay, I love this one. She used her own fabrics. This is the October 2022 block, but look at that quilting. It really pops on the square in the middle.
Yes, on that orange fabric.
I love it. Yeah.
And I love the zigzag that's going on.
The zigzag she created. It's really cute.
It is so cute.
Okay, what's next?
Okay.
It's not pulling up. It's thinking about it. Oh, there we go. Okay, I love this. You guys all loved Kim's pillow that she made on What's New Wednesday with the sample block. This is that free sample block. And so many of you made this, but Patricia added this blue sashing. So she kind of made it her own, and I love it. It just really frames the wreath, and I love the royal blue sashing.
And how the colors just pop on that one.
Yeah.
It's so beautiful.
Yeah. Okay, next one.
This one I loved because of the Halloween colors.
Yes.
And I just think it's so cute how she used this month's block and even that beautiful border quilting.
I love that border quilting.
I just was shocked when I saw this. I thought it was so beautiful.
Yeah. Do you see that border quilting? This was designed by our quilting designer, Liz. She does such a great job. And she made that border to match the custom block quilting. And it looks really good. I think it's my favorite border quilting that we've ever done. Really cute. Okay, what's next? Oh,
Okay, so the bench pillow is so fun this month.
Yeah.
All of those flying geese just kind of in stripes going along. And I love that she mixed some of her own fabric in
Yep.
there and made it kind of like a fun Thanksgiving fall
Yes.
kind of vibe.
and she's got all the quilting in there. She's got the block by block. She's got the all over quilting in those yellow blocks
Yep.
with the leaf, which I love.
So love.
And then she's got the beautiful, what would you call that? Kind of a weave.
It's a weave, yeah.
Yeah.
Border quilting.
Yeah, that is really pretty.
Love it.
Yeah.
Okay, so this next one.
Oh, this is cute.
I picked this because if you start playing I Spy, there's quite a
Uh-huh.
few blocks in here.
Yeah, there is.
So I was like, wait, that's the free block. Wait,
Okay.
that's September.
Okay.
You know?
Oh, right. There's the house, and then there's
And
the flying
then
geese in
you
the
see
corners.
the little flying geese?
Yeah.
So every time I looked at this, not only was
Uh-huh.
it fun, it was like, oh, I spy, I
Yeah.
spy, I see them everywhere.
And I think, are those the little tiny 2-inch blocks in the corner?
Yes, and aren't
Those
they
flying geese
adorable?
one? They're cute.
They're so cute.
They're cute. Okay, so the next one we get to share, this is fun because how many people have made a full quilt using Perfectly Pieced? This is a quilt our team made, and this is a queen size quilt using the 8-inch block. And can you guys spy what the blocks are? We've got the July 2022 block, and you can see it creates a pinwheel with 4 of them together. And then it alternates with this month's block, the October 2022 block, the flying geese. And I love this. It makes the coolest pattern, doesn't it?
It really does. And the fabric is so cute
Yeah.
on this.
Yeah. And you know, so this was created using the block by block quilting on all the blocks. And then the backing was put on and stitched in the ditch. And we've got a few more pictures to show you close up. Here you go. There's that block by block quilting. Isn't it pretty?
It is so pretty. And you know what I love? They are different on
Yeah.
the quilting, but they still
But they
work together.
Yeah, they do. Everything still interacts good together. And here's a close-up of those flying geese. You can see that quilting.
So pretty.
Yeah, so pretty. And finally, here's just a styled picture of the quilt again on a bench. Love this. And so pretty. So have any of you thought about doing a full quilt? I think one of our Me Time community made a full quilt right at the beginning.
I can remember
It
one.
was like a light green, and she made the whole quilt plus some shams. It was amazing.
It was amazing and very quick.
Yes, and I think she did it with a smaller block.
Yeah.
So anyway,
So give it a try. We'd
Give it a
love to
try.
see it.
yeah, your files every month include instructions and cut lists for making everything from a lap size or baby quilt all the way up to a king size quilt. So all that information and calculations are done for you. So
Yeah,
it's
we
ready
did the
to go.
math for them.
Yes, I didn't do it.
Well, we
Jeanette
did.
did it. We have someone amazing who did the math for us. Okay, so we have a really fun tip. This is a quick tip, but we're
Okay.
excited about it.
It's a quick tip, but it's
Yeah.
a good one. So one of the things is we have all these blocks, and there's going to be lots and lots more blocks to come. But how do you organize all the blocks?
Yeah, true.
So I've seen something. Some people are making a little sample block and putting it in a binder and doing it that way.
Yeah.
But another thing that might not be well known is on the little, is this called edging?
Well, I think it's called the, what is it
I don't
called? The card that comes in the box.
Right, so this card that you know really well,
Yeah.
on the side, it has the block and
Yeah,
the
look at
block
that.
name.
The outline.
So it's on the same. So this one is the July, this one is August, so you can see that they're all different. Here's your September, so you can see that.
It's so cute.
And then here's your October block. And what we thought would be really easy, especially if you like to collect the boxes like I
Yes.
do, I can't help but throw them away. Who would want to? They're so
No,
pretty.
they're so
is
nice.
you could take a pair of scissors
Yeah.
and simply cut along this line right here. And then you could attach it to a box and just set that on your shelf. And then you don't have to guess, is it this block? Is it what month? What design? What
Yeah.
style? You just could see it right there and you know
Yep.
what's in that box.
So anyway, that's fun. I don't think that everyone knows that those are on the side tabs of your insert card.
I mean, I often lift it up and slide it
Uh-huh.
over and don't always look,
Yeah.
but they're there for a purpose. We
Yeah.
actually thought about that.
Yeah, thought it through
So-
every month. So that's a cute tip. I love it.
Yeah, so if you want, go ahead and give that a try.
Yeah,
So, there you go.
fun tip. Okay, so now we've got some Q&A. This is about the Me Time store. There's been a lot of questions on Facebook and Instagram, and so we're going to go ahead and answer some of those questions. So what is like maybe the most common question we've been getting?
I feel like the most common question is, where is the store?
Okay, fair. The store is on the metimedelivered.com website. And the trick here is you do need to be a subscriber. This is one of the perks of being a MeTime subscriber is you have access to the MeTime store.
Right.
So when you go to the MeTime Delivered website, you do need to be logged in to see the store. Otherwise, it won't appear. But it's right in your navigation at the top. And you can go to the store and you'll be logged in and you're ready to buy.
Okay, so the most important thing to remember is first you have to be a subscriber.
Yes.
Then second, you have to be logged in.
You have to be logged in.
Or else you're just not going to see that.
You're not going to see it. That's
Okay.
right. Yeah.
Love it.
So what other questions?
I think the other biggest question is what's even in the store?
Yeah.
Why should I be excited about it?
Right. So the products in the store are products that support the subscriptions.
Love it.
So if you're a Perfectly Pieced subscriber, we're going to have products in the store that are going to support your projects and help you to be successful. So for example, we sell the stabilizer that we recommend, which is the
Light mesh
The
cutaway
light mesh,
and the ultra light mesh cutaway.
Yep, so we sell those. We also have the pillow forms that we use in a lot of our projects, like the 18 by 18 inch pillow and the bench pillow. Those are for sale in the MeTime store.
And my favorite thing,
Yes.
those mini irons. Because
Yes.
I know how it is to piece in the hoop. I do it all the time. And to have that mini iron and just be able to get
Yeah.
those creases so crisp and perfect,
Yeah.
it's my favorite tool.
Yeah. And those tools that we've chosen are ones that product development uses.
Yes.
They're the exact ones that we use and love to use, and so we thought, why not sell them in the store?
Right, because we know that they're good because
Yeah.
we use them every day.
Yeah. And then we also have previous boxes, and that's, of course, while supplies last. So if you stumbled across Perfectly Pieced later, you can go back and purchase some previous boxes if you'd like. And also we have fabric bundles, too, if
Which-
you'd like to buy an extra bundle.
Is so fun. Here they have, just in
Oh,
case you
yes.
wanted to see, this is the mini iron. Yay!
Yes, we love
So
it. That
cute.
means you don't have to pull your project out of your hoop, and you can even stay right at your sewing station if you have a mat.
Right, and you can't take anything out with Perfectly Pieced
Right.
and rehoop it. You
Yeah,
won't
it
ever
would
line
ruin
it
it.
up again. So having a mini iron is just making it even
Yeah.
more possible and more perfect. to
Okay,
do it.
I'll admit, the first time I did some Perfectly Pieced blocks, I did not have a mini iron, and so I was using my full-size iron and just trying to use the tip of the iron, which made the water run out
Oh,
from the steam.
no.
It was kind of a mess. So the mini iron is actually a really
Yes.
nice tool.
Necessity.
Necessity, some of
In
us
my
would call it.
mind.
Yeah.
And
So
what
anyway,
else? What about what's coming up? Will they
Yeah.
have more things in the store for like collectible Christmas, for
Right,
example?
yeah. So like if you're a Bella Box subscriber, we have extra blanks like the tote and the pillow cover, things like that, the stabilizer you use. Collectible Christmas coming up, we'll have stabilizer, extra fabric, and we'll have a thread kit that you can buy that can be used for the entire village. So you
So
buy the
then-
thread kit once, it matches exactly, and you can use it for the whole village.
I love that.
Yeah.
To match exactly, because sometimes we do, some
Yeah.
good job picking colors.
We do. You want it to look just like ours.
Right.
Okay.
All right, so that I think is the biggest questions about
Yeah,
the store.
I
If you
think so.
have any more, feel free to drop them in the comments, and our lovely MeTime angels will help answer them.
Yes. We have lots of them. Okay.
Yes.
So now we get right to the quilt jacket.
Oh yes, what we have been waiting for.
Yes. Okay. So you guys have seen the quilt jacket. We have posted pictures of the original jacket. Where's that one? You want to grab
yeah.
that, Cassie? This is the one that we showed when we first launched, and everyone was so excited about it. You can see this one is made with the July block. And if you do some I Spy on this jacket, we've got some July block here on the front and on the back. Do you recognize that block? Sorry, Andrew, where do I need to hold this up? We've got the October 2022 block, this Flying Geese block.
Yep, and we even have another example. We'll bring it over here. This is the August block.
Yeah. Yeah, turn it around and see the front. So this one, we did it on the back, and here we kind of placed them in a particular way on the front. So this might seem a little intimidating, but we're going to walk you through how to make your own quilted jacket using Perfectly Pieced blocks.
Yay.
So in the MeTime store, speaking of the store, we have a pattern, okay? This is Grainline Studio Tamarack Jacket. And this comes in 2 sizes. It is 0 through 18 and then 20 through 30. So 2 sizes, and those are both available on the store. And, as I was kind of researching how to make a jacket and how we wanted to teach it, I went through a lot of different patterns and really came up with this because this jacket is made like a quilt. If you know how to make a quilt, if you know how to piece blocks, and you know how to make a quilt sandwich, and you know how to bind, you can make this jacket.
I love that.
Yeah, it really is so straightforward. So you could use any pattern if you wanted to, but a lot of them have so many extra details and layers and lining and banding and things like that, but this is so simple. In fact, there's only 3 pieces. There's only 3 pattern pieces. Now that's a lie. There's actually some welt pockets, but I was a little intimidated by those. And
so you didn't do them?
I didn't do them, and I'm perfectly happy with it. But if you don't do the welt pockets, there are only 3 pieces. You have the front piece, so you're gonna make 2 of those.
Okay.
You have the sleeve, so you make 2 of those, and you have the back. So 3 pieces, okay?
Nice.
And I actually have the pieces right here, so we're gonna want the overhead camera here. So here you have the sleeve, okay? You're gonna cut 2 of those. And you have the back, okay? So that's cut on the fold, and then obviously it folds open.
Okay, so it's just one big piece.
It's just one big piece.
Okay.
And then you have the front, and you're gonna cut 2 of those, okay?
Nice.
And every single piece is made just like a quilt. You're gonna have your quilt top, okay? And then you're going to have batting in the middle.
Okay.
And then just like your quilt sandwich, you're gonna have your backing on the bottom, but in this case, the backing is the lining. It's the inside of your jacket, okay?
I love it. And so if you have always been a quilter, but you've never ventured into clothing,
Yes.
this might be a really fun thing to try.
It really is. In fact, I would say if you are a quilter, you are better prepared to make this jacket than if you're a clothing sewer, because the techniques are just like quilting. In fact, the binding instructions are just like binding a quilt. So if you know how to do that, you're already ready to go.
And if not, it is in the general resource
It
guide.
is in the general resource guide, that's right. Okay, so the process we go through, or at least that I went through in making this quilt jacket, is first I picked my size, and then I picked my color palette. And what I decided to do, let's say I need to pull these out a little further, is I picked my color palette based on the October 2022 fabric bundle. And what I did is I literally took my fabric bundle to the fabric store,
Okay.
and I picked about 8 more fat quarters that coordinated with these colors.
So fun.
And
so you're
I
making it
didn't-
uniquely
I
yours,
made it unique.
but using your box.
Yeah, but I didn't think too
Love it.
hard about it. I didn't, try and coordinate them too much. I just picked more colors that I liked. Okay, and then you need to decide what size blocks you want to make. So I have here, just as our example, I have 9 4-inch blocks, and I have 4 6-inch blocks. Okay. So for each piece of fabric, or for each pattern piece, you are going to put it together again, just like a quilt sandwich, okay? So first you have on a quilt would be the backing, but for your jacket is the lining.
So we're saying backing, lining. Got it.
And I would say, this is just my own 2 cents here, but have some fun with your lining, okay? Because this is just for you to see. So if you look at my jacket, the lining is a little bit zippy, maybe more than other people would like, but I love this fabric, and I get to smile every time I put the jacket on, and
You
no
have
one
this,
else, no one sees it but me.
Special little
That's right.
hidden gem that you're walking
My
around
little
with.
hidden gem, that's right.
I love it.
So you've got your backing or your lining.
'Kay.
Okay. Then you are going to use your batting, just like a quilt sandwich.
And this is just project batting,
Yep,
right?
I just use Kimberbell Project Batting, which is also available in the Me Time store.
Love it.
And I used a single layer. I had no problems with bulkiness in the seams or things like that. In fact, I honestly think you could probably put 2 layers if you want a really warm jacket, a really thick jacket.
Because it's pretty warm as it is.
Yeah, it's great. It's cozy.
Okay.
Okay, and then you have your top piece. Now the tamarack jacket pattern, if you follow the pattern exactly, it's just going to tell you to use fabric,
Right.
okay? And so of course you can just use fabric. So look how this works. I've got my 3 layers, and I'm going to cut out my pattern piece, right? Pin it and cut it out.
Love it.
Now you do have an option here as a Perfectly Pieced subscriber. If you want to, you can quilt this using the clear blue tiles and
Ooh.
using any of our quilting designs. So imagine making this whole jacket in a beautiful warm ochre color, like maybe this one that came in your box.
Okay.
And you could quilt the whole thing using the fall leaf quilting pattern.
Oh, and it's
And then you'd have,
beautiful.
you just have a really simple design. But what I did is, instead of just using a plain piece of fabric, I used quilt blocks, okay?
Okay.
So you're just going to not use the plain fabric, so let's pull that off. And I just played with my blocks, to tell you the truth. I just started making blocks, and I just started playing with them. So you could say, all right, I want to line these up just right. Let's see, let's bury these at least.
A little bit.
Yeah. Okay. And let's say I just like this really simple pattern, and
But you really could tumble them
I
any
can
way you
tumble them
want.
any way I want, right? Or I can put them on point. I can do anything I want. Now remember, when I sew these together, I'm going to lose a little bit of width because I'm going to have my seam allowance.
Right.
But now I can take my pattern piece and say, okay, well, that covers about half of my jacket front.
Right.
So I have a few options here. I can either make more quilt blocks to fill up the whole thing if I want the entire piece to be pieced.
Okay.
Or I can play with it, okay? I can, what happened to my top fabric? Yeah. So I can go ahead and keep part of it pieced, and then part of it I can have be just a plain solid fabric, right? So then I'd sew this piece on the bottom. And now, again, once it's sewn together, you're going to sew this together.
You sew all this.
Sew it
and then
all
sew
together.
that. Okay.
So you have one piece of fabric that's made from blocks.
Okay.
Now you're ready to cut it out, okay? Now a fun thing you could do here, in fact, is if you wanted to leave this plain here, you could later put on a patch pocket with one of the blocks.
I love it.
Yeah. So if you look at my quilt jacket, you can see that's what I did. On the front, I used the August or the July block, and I've got 8 of them.
Okay.
And then I filled it in with fabric because, quite frankly, I would have been making a lot more blocks. And on the other side of the front, I didn't even use any blocks. I just used some plain panels.
Fine, but you made it your own, and
I made
these
it my
you
own.
just sewed together too.
I just sewed together.
And then put
And
it
then on the back, I used that October block. I put it on point. Can you see them? I've got 1, 2,
Yeah, that's
3, 4, 5,
Right there.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And these are the 6-inch blocks. So what I did is I cut a whole bunch of other just plain 6-inch blocks to fill it in. Because again, I didn't want to make any more blocks. And I made my my sleeves solid.
Right, but this made it uniquely yours. I love
Yeah.
how you put them at an angle.
Yeah.
And how you did some filler blocks, and so then it's taking the idea and turning it into
Making
yours.
it your own. Yeah.
Yes.
So you could do the whole quilt. You guys, you could do the whole jacket in 2-inch blocks. You would just be making hundreds and hundreds of little 2-inch blocks.
But it would be really cute.
It would be very, very
It
cute.
would be
Someone
very
do that and post it. We'll be very impressed.
I think we would.
So then you have a couple options. If you have quilted your blocks using the block by block method, then once you have sewn your piece together and you've made your quilt jacket, then you're just going to quilt in the ditch. You're just going to stitch in the ditch. Okay? So when you're done, now you're ready to put your quilt jacket together. You have 5 pieces that are quilt sandwiches. You have your 2 front pieces, your back, and your 2 sleeves. Okay? Now let's go ahead and move these things off the counter really quick. So now you're ready to sew your jacket together, okay? And this is honestly pretty easy. You only have a few seams. So you're just going to, let's put this all out. Okay, all you're gonna do is you're gonna sew your shoulder seams together, 2 short little seams. As soon as you do that, you're ready to bind, okay? And again, the pattern is going to walk you through this every step of the way, including how to bind. But if you know how to bind, you don't even need to follow the pattern. You use the exact method that you use to bind a quilt. So you're gonna make your binding, and what's really, really crucial here is you must cut your binding on the bias.
Okay.
Okay, I know some people like to on the bias, some people straight. If you don't cut your binding on the bias, you will get all kinds of puckering and twisting when you get to a curve. Okay?
So bias is important because there's curves.
Because there's
on
curves,
this
right? And you
jacket.
have curves here at the hem.
Okay.
And if you just cut the fabric straight, it's not going to lie flat. It's going to twist and turn and pucker, and you won't be happy.
Okay.
But when it's cut on the 45-degree bias, it's like a dream. It kind of stretches a little. It's like it just wants to curve for you.
And that's what we want.
That's
for
what
the
we want.
collar area
Right.
and the edging down
Yep.
here.
So all you've done is you've sewn together the top seams, and now you're going to bind. And you're going to do one long piece of binding, you guys. It starts here, and it goes around the front. You do your 90-degree just like you do when you quilt. Am I off screen here, Andrew?
A little bit.
Uh-oh. Let's slide off. You're going to turn the 90-degree corner just like you do when you quilt. Then you're going to go all the way up, turn another 90-degree, just keep binding, just like you're binding a quilt. You're going to keep coming around, 90-degree, down, and around, and stop. Okay?
So easy.
Yeah. Then you're just going to bind this back piece, one piece here, and you're going to bind the end of your sleeves. Okay? Then all you have is 2 seams left to sew. Now you're just going to sew the sleeve onto the front and back, okay? It's going to be flat when you do that part. And then you just have 1 seam left, and I'll turn this inside out so you can see. Then you're going to have 1 simple seam that runs the entire length from the wrist all the way down to the split hem. And then you're done. You're done because you already bound it. You don't have any raw edges left, and you're done.
That's incredible.
Isn't that fun?
Yes.
So anyway, I hope that makes you feel a little more like it's an approachable project.
I feel like I could do it more than if you said quilt this jacket.
Just make this jacket.
Yeah,
Go
I would have been like,
Yeah.
well, I don't make clothes, but I don't have to make clothes
You
to
really
do
don't.
this.
You
And I
really
love
don't.
that.
There are no special techniques besides binding. I would say that's the hardest part, but if you know how to bind, it's already done.
So fantastic.
Yeah. So anyway, I hope some of you guys feel inspired and ready to make your own jacket. You know, it was really fun. When I made this, I had my daughter come up and visit me, and she made one too, and we did it together. It's a full weekend project, not gonna lie. It's not like you're gonna make it in one afternoon. But boy, I wear this with pride, and I get a lot of questions.
And you should. It's so cool
Yeah.
and so unique.
It's super fun, yeah. And you can do all kinds of variations. In fact, if you go to the Grainline Studio website, you can buy a digital-only add-on of a collar or a hood.
Oh, so
So
fun.
that's fun if you wanted to add those on.
If you like the idea of a collar on your jacket.
Yeah,
Yes, or a
yeah.
hood.
Anyway, and this other one I put snaps on. Let's bring this around. This one I put magnetic snaps on. So that's been fun. Love
And
it.
another peekaboo inside.
Oh yeah, there's some fun lining too.
I love
Okay,
it.
how are we doing on time?
3 minutes left.
3 minutes left.
All right.
Oh dear, that's a problem.
It is time to talk about our giveaway then.
Yes. Okay, really quick. Our giveaway is a tamarack jacket pattern. You can
Yay.
choose which size, and an additional fabric bundle from October. So
Yes.
that if you want to make the bench pillow, which needed 2 packets, or if you want to make a quilt jacket,
You might
You've
need a
got
little
more.
extra fabric.
yeah.
I
So what
love
do they
that.
need to do to join this giveaway?
So they just need to tell us what their favorite Halloween costume
Oh, great.
is or has ever
Yes,
been.
and please post a picture.
Yes,
That'd be fun.
I would love lots of pictures. And they have until Wednesday,
End of day Wednesday.
end of day Wednesday, to post
Uh-huh.
your comment on your favorite Halloween costume, and then we shall be pulling the winner.
On Thursday.
On Thursday.
Announcing. Okay, we don't have much time, but we want to show you next month's block. So let's get through this quick.
All right.
We know you're ready for Christmas. So
Soon.
tell us a little bit about this block.
So this block is a subtle nod to Christmas where
Mm-hmm.
you have these beautiful greens, but it's not like bright, bright greens and bright, bright reds. So it's soft and lovely.
More for home decor, right?
Yes. And they're so cute. I mean, there's your 2-inch.
So cute.
Here's your 4, and we have something very special on there. Here is your 6-inch and your 8-inch block. And the quilting on here is so unique. I couldn't help but bring an example in to show. So this here shows you, this is the 8-inch block, the beautiful quilting. It's a wreath when you piece it all together, and then you have these little mini wreaths that come because of the quilting. Isn't that incredible?
And when you put these blocks together, this creates another wreath here, more wreaths.
Right, so if you continued on to make a quilt, for example, you would have wreaths everywhere.
Cute, cute.
Isn't that incredible?
Yeah.
And then I had to show you this. We also, because there's little circles in the quilting, little berries, have the optional step to put little red accents on
Yeah.
your blocks.
So that's the final step, right? After, if they've chosen the file that includes the quilting,
Yes.
then it's a final optional step that you can add the berries.
Isn't that fun?
I love that because it's like, yes, we're quilting or we're piecing, but you have an embroidery machine, so we're adding something fun that you wouldn't
Exactly.
do otherwise.
Because you can. And then this is just as a small one, but look at this. Wreath, wreath, wreath. They're everywhere.
And the berries, yeah. And the fabric on this is really beautiful. You can't quite see it probably in the camera, but we've just got the most beautiful green flowers and vines and
It's just soft
leaves.
and beautiful.
yeah.
But
And
then we
then-
jazzed it up with a little bit of a glitter and a textured fabric.
Yeah, we've got several different solids here, but they're all a riff on a solid. So we've got metallic, we've got some end on end, we've got a really subtle pattern, and you want to flip over and show the back.
Okay,
the
this is my
fabric.
favorite fabric. Look at this.
Yeah, that's really pretty.
It's so beautiful. So it's Christmas without being very strong Christmas.
And you'll see too, when we show you the full preview, you can actually do some different things with this block besides make a wreath.
So,
if you don't want to make something for Christmas.
So more coming on that next time.
Yes, well, your preview is going to be in just a few days, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, so be looking for that. You'll get an email of it, and also we'll be posting on social media. So I think we are out of time.
I do too.
Thanks so much for joining us.
Yes. And go enjoy a little well-deserved me time.
Bye.